Overcommitting to any situations, waiting for JW to face. He takes him down, and he's actually the one that saved that round as well. They lose the first kill, and he's just going back and facing towards middle. He's making sure we need to do something about this. Goes back, takes down Crims, and that's it, 9-6. And they won the pistol as well, but if you remember, they got 4 sport and lost 3 in a row. It's a very difficult situation to get yourself back into the game at that point, but 9-6, I don't mind that at all for Luminosity. It's a decent half from them.
I was going to say, what sort of scoreline would we be looking for on the half, Henrik? I know that's your favourite here, but then again, you know, everything changes, I feel, when you're talking about Fnatic on this map.
Sure.
It's very hard to kind of take that standard idea of what's a good half. Anything's a good half against Fnatic.
If you're winning the half against Fnatic, yeah.
Doesn't matter what side to me in this one. It looks like LG going pretty straight in on this, at least for the banana control. They may not push through towards the side just yet, but they have got some control here, and Olaf still holding the peak.
This is it. The bomb is showing its presence towards B so far, but it's going to be a rotation coming in. No real aggression coming in from the CTs. They have got 4 sets of armor and Crims on the kit as well, so you can see Olaf is battling there. He's relentless. Wants this first kill. coldzera going to deny him so far. That is getting a little bit more defensive, waiting for backup to come in. Then surely going to be flashbang does come over. And it's going to be Taka to take that on off to open things up here.
Committed for one man. Seems like there is a bit of a buzz in and now into 3v3. Fer going to try and take the challenge. Flusher says no, and suddenly it's down to Luminosity to try and take back control somewhere on this map. But at the moment, Fnatic reading them pretty well here. Already get players on the way. Ooh. Dennis again on the cross. This guy going above and beyond, and again this guy delivers in pistol rounds.
Yeah, he's been coined the best pistol player in the world, and he shows time and time again how influential he can be. If you've got a player in your team that can actually consistently win you pistol rounds just with those kind of performances, that's such a valuable asset going forward. It's actually very impressive to see what he can do with that Silence USP. They lose the first man in form of Olaf, but Dennis just rectifies that straight away. Just absolutely impeccable style there. And it's going to be Luminosity now on towards the Force Spy. They have got Tech 9s, Desert Eagles, and some head armor as well, but you can see a little bit of a different approach coming in here. We've got Fnatic, we've got P90s, UMPs, and an M4 on Dennis. Let's see what they can bring to the table this one.
Well, Luminosity at least negating the early damage that's normally laid down by Fnatic by lobbing those nades straight down into the face of any. So at least for now, they've kept themselves relatively intact. They do have the smokes. They've got a couple of flashes to build off here, and those Tech 9s, of course. If they can bring this side to a manageable size, nice and close range, sure, maybe they could do something. But then again, you've got P90s out here. It's not exactly like it suddenly becomes the easiest thing in the world.
Well, they have got smoke grenades. This is the difference between Fnatic's approach in the second round. Obviously, they're going forward, just brute force, straight up middle, find the headshots. I'd imagine they're going to smoke off towards Library, smoke off towards Arch, and try and wrap around the bomb side with the flashbangs as well. Stay as a tight unit and see what they can do in this scenario. You can see them kind of setting up for smokes right now. Yeah, and here it comes. So we'll see what they can bring to the table. FNX going to have some control, but it's a very passive setup coming in. And Flasher holding the Arch nice and far back. It hasn't been smoked out here, so he's going to at least be holding on, see if they come through CD spawn. It's actually going to be Quad that's going to be the main point of contention. Dennis takes the first frag, holds the headshot, and now it's a opportunity for LG. It's going to be JW is dropped as well, and now a full retake coming in. Olaf Meister doing what he can. His teammate has been smoked off. It's Flush.
And they go in for this one. Of course they are. It's Fnatic, and they're leaping in wildly, and so many bullets to use. And how the hell did Crims find that? And the diffuser's going to come out. There's all the time in the world with those kits to hand, and Luminosity had a chance in that. That
was actually a very nice approach from Luminosity. They get the bomb down, and it's actually a really good arch execution. You saw the smoke coming down towards the library area, just locking one of the CT players out. Olaf doing what he can. He gets taken down as well, but Flusher, of course, pushing through the smoke. P90 in hand, just going to town there, and somehow gets the jumping shots to finish it off on the bomb side there. I thought he was done for, but somehow Fnatic stay alive, and that's a massive round going forward. You can see with the bomb down, Luminosity can justify some upgraded pistols here, but not really much else. They've got a couple of Deagles and some Tech 9s, so for a faster B approach here. Crims spamming through the smoke there. Does take the fall into 43 HP, but it's going to be way ahead of footsteps and stuff. Just be falling back for now.
Scoreline getting very close now. Of course, the gun round was where really Luminosity started to shine a little bit more on their CT side, but yeah, this is again Fnatic. These guys have
that grenade.
That nade just landing in the pocket of Fnatic. He's not happy about that one. I wouldn't be too pleased either, especially when the other option is running into a P90. So Luminosity now, once again, looking for chances. This worked out pretty well, playing that kind of fast contact before, but it obviously didn't equate to the round. Now they don't have those smokes. Now they're going a little bit drier into this one. As Fallen trying to toy with them at B, but a dangerous game to play in FNX. A little bit cautious of just maybe someone lurking in quad, but not the case. Flusher backing away. Just leaving them a little bit of enough room, I guess, to hang themselves at this point.
I'd say that's fair. You can see they're just trying to work every angle here, try and pre-fire all the corners they can, and hope they're gifted something. It's going to be FNX trying that tactic out right now. Two players very low indeed, and just Fnatic keeping their cards very close to their chest here. Flusher should have some confrontation here. With that P90 once again, I'm sure he's going to take this one down.
Here we go. Line him up, knock him down. Doesn't happen. Fallen flies around, apparently, with the Glock, of all things, and gets the job done. But then again, it seems to be a little bit of a needless cause at this point. Is Luminosity going to try and put this one back together? Actually, JW might walk right into it, and now Fallen's had another chance to do some damage. And again, all the rifles still into place here. Have to work extraordinarily hard to find any more in this one, and instantly Fnatic lock themselves into serious round mode, don't give anything away, take out Fallen, and there you have it. But this is the round I'm looking forward to now.
This is the one. This is the big one in stats.
Is it him?
Well, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
Fallen. Obviously, even with that Glock last round, like you said, picked up a kill as well, so he manages to get the AWP and some body armor here to work with, but JW, banana control. Fallen is holding the corner there, seeing if anyone will gift him a face. That's so far quite a passive setup from Fnatic. They have got 3 players towards middle, went for a little smoking up middle. Denying the terrorists any vision here, but LG have got control of banana already. So they got to the top, and you can see Olofmeister.
Just as everyone's turns setting up for the play, then he gets legged of all things basically through the wall. That's quite lucky, quite fortunate for Olof there, and there's the double smoke over. They do. They did have 3 on B for an occasion, but now actually Olaf going to switch up here.
Let's see what Luminosity can do with this. You can see he's sitting on that corner. He's staying as long as he can, flashing them off for now, and actually going to be playing in front of the smoke as well. This is a big play from him.
This could be huge if they go around to and somehow gets away. Alive, utilizing the smoke as best he had to his strengths in this, but now Olaf switched up his position. He's been playing by pit. He's going to have to take the photo in a 1v2.
That's insane. JW, just when it looks like he's literally got nothing to work with, he's 14 HP, the T's know exactly where he is. Let's have something to work with him. But unfortunately, of course, JW just finds a headshot with the USP, and it's all about that guy just there. That's amazing how he...
Come to.
It is. But anyway, JW...
Oh, no, please change the topic.
I am going to.
Oh,
I was trying to before you...
What, highlighted your ways. I'm
anyway,
so sorry.
4-0 in favour of Fnatic now. Huge round for them to win, coming out of the absolute bleak there, but going to be a force buy pretty much coming in from Luminosity. Galil's 3 AKs. No Molotovs either, can be very...
And now instantly he knows where the fall to be. He's going to fall back, he knows where these smokes are coming to, but he still gets caught. Fur now opens things back into a chance. There's only 1 player holding the site at the moment, and it's Flusher. Everyone else is going to have to be on the rotate here. And it's Olaf who's already made it towards CT Arch. Luminosity slowed things down, and now here comes the option for Olaf. Does he take the fight? He's going to take at least 1 down. Now Fur again in these awful predicaments.
Well, he's in a very good position. The fact he's got a library undetected as well, this is actually quite valuable for them. You can see the CTs aren't actually aware of as to where he's gone here as well. So he's going to have a completely open A bomb site here, but Flusher through the smoke there needed to make something happen. And of course, they allow that perfectly for him. And he gets the double kill. 2-on-1 situation. And you can see the CT's no real information as to what to do. But I actually like this setup. A lot of teams will play one towards A, one towards B. They're making sure they stay together in the middle of the map. CT spawn gives them options. As soon as that bomb planted, they can work out where it is and attack the situation together instead of being 2 1-on-1 situations.
All right, so bomb's now down. It's retake time. This has worked out very well previously for Fnatic. Are they coming from the same? Will close it down towards Flusher. Brilliantly played by Fur. Picking up 4 in the end that round. If he wasn't already doing enough for his team, can we just press tab right now to see how big this guy's going for these guys? 26 kills.
That's nuts.
Normally, if you looked at these two teams and wondered who'd be on 26, you look at maybe Fnatic.
Garena. EA Sports. It's in the game. Spearhead.
For Luminosity, it's weird seeing one player so far ahead of the others to this sort of degree.
This is a really impressive round from Fur. Very calm in the situation. You can see just perfect positioning as well. Takes that first shot down onto it off, and it's a pretty simple procedure from there. The problem is for Luminosity going forward is, right, they're going to have to do a full rebuy into this one now. And he needs to probably a tactical pause coming in from Luminosity. They're probably discussing the situation, making sure they approach it correctly. Win it. It's a massive advantage
Grim's
going
off.
Forward.
He's had enough.
Is he disconnected or what?
He just stood up.
Oh, I'm looking. Oh, you got the camera. Yeah, okay. He's just gone. So maybe he's gone to the toilet. Maybe it's
It literally could be a toilet break. Like,
Okay.
I love the way you just theory craft this beautiful storyline
Yeah,
and this tactical
I thought
deployment.
it made sense. Like Luminosity
little
are
bit of a small
known to
bladder.
be very clever about their tactical pauses. This is a good time to take it, like
It
I said.
actually is.
Do have the opportunity here. If you do force buy and you win the round, it's massive. It means they're brave. I feel like they may.
They're brave.
They're brave. They're always
Okay.
brave.
I mean, look at Luminosity, and it's fallen. He's toe to toe with Fnatic on Inferno. The Palace. The
One crucial round from Dennis is a CZ and then some ridiculous Tech 9 force buys as well. Very exciting to see what they bring to the table. Maybe they bring some Deagles, some Scouts, and see what they can do. But
you know what, Henry?
go on.
They were calling you out for your predictions on the desk, saying how
Right.
bad. Make up for it. Maybe you just go for a bold prediction. Now, you've seen a lot of the game here, so I'm giving you, a bit of an upper hand in this.
What, you want me to say who's going to win now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's
I want the
impossible
bold
to know.
prediction.
It's
Well,
like,
you've got more information than they do on the desk, Henry, and you've been making these wild predictions.
well, on the CT side, it's very difficult to break this Fnatic wall down, right? So if you're asking me to make a prediction, if you're going to make me
Don't look so offended when this...
saying it's okay, let's say can I see this round first?
No,
No.
you've seen enough rounds.
Okay, well I'm going to say it's
Yanko's already...
like this whole NIP scandal is going on right now.
I didn't think you can redeem yourself on this. We'll see. Maybe Matt can forgive you, and once again, all will be well between you two. But, as you said, Fnatic kind of not necessarily foregoing the round. I think that's a little bit said and done, but certainly taking this one a little bit lighter and kind of stepping away from maybe looking to take
Basically,
the round.
maybe save them. Obviously investing in some PT50s here, and there's a grenade on Flusher as well, but you can see Luminosity reading this situation well. I think they stay together. I don't want to give anything away here, but It's going to be slowly but surely making their way towards apartments. There is a little bit of a stack coming on from Fnatic here. Olaf will be the first one to go down with JW coming with the refrag. It's Fur continuing his strong form here, gets the double kill, and pretty much secures the round at this stage as well.
Out of anyone to make that bit of a play, it looks a bit dangerous when those two are playing there, and Dennis actually going to walk right in front of him, and Fur just going to be padding out the stats in case he needed it more. And now Flusher, the only one standing really with a chance close to this. He's going to have the nade just to pocket if he needs. But not a great deal else, and to be fair, Luminosity playing as a pack, going around making sure they stay together as they take these fights, maybe excluding Fur just kind of in the apartments, but there was someone starting to build up with him, so Crim's going to be limited to what he can achieve, and it's going to be FNX to fight him by the bottom of Banana, and Luminosity will at least pick up this round, but that's not too surprising. That's not what we were really eyeing up. It was, could Fnatic do any damage, and the answer was no.
Well, this is the thing, like this wave some P250 is a very light investment there, obviously. And this is the round that really matters going forward. Obviously, Luminosity not dropping a player there, they're actually getting themselves rebuilding the economy, but it's still not going to be great to lose this round. But let's see what Fnatic can bring to the table this time.
Một pha lao ra cản phá rất hay của thủ môn Sergio Ramos, Yaya Touré, Andrea Pirlo, Fernando Torres.
So this guy is, like most players, this would be a disadvantage. Like, he's actually like ridiculous with that weapon. So I actually see that as something he actually work with seriously. There's some decent grenades coming in towards Banana there. It's actually all 5 players from Luminosity stacked towards that area. This is probably the BXQ that we normally discuss with this team. You see all the Molotovs going in and ton of back and forth.
Olaf can be so deadly in this spot as well. That's the terrifying part. This could go brilliantly for Luminosity if they make sure to check for that one man who is... Luminosity do have beautiful play to this one. Olaf's actually going to back out of this. I think he knows what's coming his way. Going to expend the Molotov in this one by a little bit of time. No one's taking it.
You can see they've just baited out everything Fnatic actually had on that bomb site as well. They're actually just going to see how this one goes down. They still have the smokes up as well. Now they go for the entry frag. Olaf had to do something with that. It's Taco. It takes down the first kill. Now Flusher, the aforementioned CZ, trying to do what he can. It's an absolute nightmare there. Doing so much damage. Look at the HP of Luminosity here. 5 on 3, but still options for Fnatic here.
This could all change. It's not over yet. Crims is in they need to get one pick on this, and suddenly it becomes rather available. I think it's Fallen who's pushed very close here. If JW tries to push through, he's going to get caught out. And he actually can't see. He's scoped in, and suddenly Dennis finds Fur. Okay, 4 left standing. Bomb is down. There's Crims to support JW, and now they're working out where they're playing. There's Dennis to find Cold Zera. They're doing this 3v what was 5. FNX finally stands up and says no, but it's just down to FNX in a 1v1. Bomb is ticking. JW going to go in on the AWP on this one. He's going to bring that JW style, and hell, he might just do this. You know he's got the ability. Not going to hit it, and it's time to run away. FNX with 3 HP. Staying alive, making this one possible.
Those exchanges at the beginning of that execution, like I said, it was actually very smart from Luminosity, obviously showing their hand of the Molotovs with some flashbangs there. It looks like they're going to be executing straight away. Olafmeister drops everything he's got there, and then they wait about 5 or 6 seconds for that Molotov to extinguish, and then they still have the smokes up there. Obviously that lasts a lot longer time, and then they go in, so that first entry kill comes in. Olaf gets taken down, but so much damage inflicted there, especially Flusher as well, with the CZ is running through and causing chaos there, but yes, Luminosity come out on top, and JW does save the AWP, so it's not going to be a full force buy from them, but JW with the AWP on this map definitely can make things happen here, so they need to be a little careful.
I love that from Fnatic. The information trading through to them. JW getting the support from Flusher perfectly at the right time, each of them working out where those Luminosity players were. And the difference a touch of HP can make, I guess, but there we go. JW going to be oh, what?
Okay.
I don't think he even realised he hit Fur at that point, and look at who's walking. Of course it's Olaf, straight down mid, ballsy as you like, finds Fur, backs away. That's already damage done.
Yeah, it's down to 5 and 4, and you can see LG now don't have options towards Banana. You can see Taco is looking out for that Crim's boost coming in there. He does it so much, but this time just trying to bait them in a little bit, seeing if they'll waste their AK bullets and these give away their positions a bit. But Taco just patiently waiting. You see JW back towards Archer, baiting in Dennis towards the area. At this point, LG just need to do a full execution. You see them setting themselves out of smoke. They stick together and make sure every kill is replied. Use the buddy system and make sure you're not dropping any more players individually like we saw at the beginning of the round.
So terrifying when this guy finds form, and he has been recently, and you know, not just normal good form. I mean JW form. The old JW was starting to feature again, and I think everyone remembers the shots coming out on Cash, but he's going to be the one to have to receive the flood of LG players if they make the commitment towards A. But so far, they might be backing away from this. It's only Coldzera really walking into it.
30 seconds remaining as well. They have one smoke grenade for CT spawn and a Molotov for the oranges and a flashbang to go over. So definitely still options here. They need to work out how they're going to approach this situation. So the FNX are actually going back towards middle here, and then Cold Zero is the one to open it up. So definitely something to work with there, and he gets the second as well.
Lovely.
That secures it. 14 seconds, and you can see no CTs on the A-bomb so whatsoever. So it's Cold Zero when they're pushed up against the wall there. He reacts and finds those 2 kills. Lovely stuff from him. It looked a bit touch and go, the amount of time they had remaining, and the fact that JW still had the AWP, and FNX is going to be finding that frag as well. Just Crimson off remaining. They do have an AK-47. If they can pick up that second one as well, that's a very successful Antico going forward.
He's desperate to get hold of that. I don't think he's going to be able to get away with it. The player sitting in Cubby maybe just posing more of a threat than he'd like, but he might try and make a mad dash for it towards the end. But still, credit where it's due, as you said. Cold Zero, the player that everyone was kind of pointing out very early on, being a really massive swing up of a performer, starting to be really integral to this lineup. Had a bit of a quiet game before, but now you can see the sort of importance he can play, and Crimson does actually recover the rifle as well.
Well, it's Taco against Navi that was stepping up massively as well, and Fur as well was having some great moments. So he's continuing that form, absolutely. He's got, like, I think it must be close to 30 frags right now, maybe more. But there it is, Luminosity after losing that first frag to Olofmeister. It's actually Crimson finishes things off. And you can see that's actually pretty expensive for Luminosity. That's actually cost them quite a lot of money there. And I think we have a pause coming in again. So this may be the tactical pause. Like, obviously, Luminosity in a fantastic position so far. They're 13-10 up against Fnatic. This is the sort of situation where most teams start losing it, right? They can feel the victory looming. They feel, oh, we could actually do this.
How many times do Fnatic do this sort of comeback
right?
as
And
well?
it's like, as soon as teams get to this sort of margin, then it's like, okay, how do we ruin this? How does Olofmeister's wreck us? And just doing on off things, running into positions without any flashbangs is completely wrecking you.
But can he do it as much on the CT side? This is the one thing. Okay, sure, there's CT aggression that can work out really well, which will give you that map control. But I always feel when he's on the T side, you get
it's more obviously it's more of the T-sided thing that Olof has those kind of options there. But still, it's like the ridiculous clutches and like the nose goes coming from JW and that Olof Crims combination towards Banana. If those guys start waking up and start like just causing absolute chaos, that's when things start to become a problem. This round is crucial. If Luminosity can take this one, they're in such a fantastic position. It should be their map. It'd be a throw at that stage to give it away, but I think this must be a tactical pause. I think anyone that's going for the server is like Luminosity right now. So right, we've got this. We've done this before. Let's make sure we can seal the deal this time and actually go all the way. Fnatic, they, like I say on their interviews all the time, they never consider themselves out of any sort of situation. And still is one not too far gone at all. It's 13-10, but Luminosity know how big this next round is.
I think you can see the Fnatic coach in the background talking more than any of the players. This time around, obviously for Luminosity, it's more Fallen. He's so invested.
The thing is as well, I'm not sure who took the pause, but whoever does take a pause, you can assume that they're about to adapt to what you're kind of bringing to the table, right? Maybe they'll chuck in something a little bit fast-paced, have some aggression. And for me, whenever these teams just take pauses against me, for example, I was thinking, wow, let's just do something crazy ourselves. Let's
ruin it.
Let's throw something in there. Let's just throw a rush, and we've been doing defaults every single round. Let's actually just throw our own little bit of creativity into the mix. But let's see how this one goes down. CTR has actually been pretty difficult for Fnatic here, so looking like we're getting back into this one. Round number 24. We have got the AWP on to JW, but they have got a decent buy actually. He's got a decent amount of utilities and more incendiaries, I should say, as well. It's a big one. Full investment from Fnatic as well. Don't have much cash to play with. And we'll see. Well, you can see some heavy aggression from Luminosity. 4 players actually making their way all the way up to be smoked out for now. Olofmeister could do some decent damage at grenade. To land on the head of Fallen as well, taking on 41 HP.
But he's playing so close to this. He's going to get the lineup of them. There was the first, but he's not going to find any more. But they do not instantly push off the back. They hit the brakes. Now the bomb's in a bit of a spot, but they should be able to recover that no problem in the end.
Sure.
Now they ended up trading out Taco for Olaf, I guess, as a T side. You could kind of work with that one.
Well, if you look at the utility buys right now, the CTs have 1 smoke remaining and some flashbangs. In terms of the advantage right now, Luminosity definitely in the driving seat. They've got the AWP, they've got incendiaries, they've got smoke grenades, flashbangs. They can slow this right down. Let's bleed the CTs out, make them forced into a situation they don't want to be in. Someone needs to find a frag now. 1 minute remaining. We'll see what the CTs do bring to the table. We're going to leave 2 players towards B for now. And it's Fallen, just waiting patiently, seeing if anyone will give him anything to work with here.
So patient in this role, and the rest of his team trying to keep everything as close to the chest as possible, working through second mid, not showing any sort of play. And to be fair though, Fnatic are playing extraordinarily deep towards the side. Dennis and JW, they're JW pretty much as far back as you can get at this point. A little bit cautious about maybe presence towards apartments, but he's going to flash out Dennis. Now Dennis have a little bit of a peek to this, and Dennis is going to be the one to maybe turn everything here for Fnatic, but he does land the first, he gets the second, the third comes around, and of course, it's Dennis to get the triple kill, and Luminosity's dreams into this round have suddenly been dashed.
I can't believe even in that position, somehow he finds 3 kills. When he's like walking out into the open, you think there's no way you can get more than 1 frag in that situation. But like I said, lining up once again, they didn't even get flash from that. They were almost given away that he was facing that position. But Dennis stepping up once again, 3 kills for him. That secures the round, just when Fnatic needed it as well. This one was such a massive round, and it's going to be going in favor of Fnatic. And this is what we talked about. As soon as those pauses come in, Fnatic seem just to bounce back straight away and find something to work with there. So the 4-on-4 looking heavily in favour of Luminosity crumbles in the end at the hand of Dennis.
How many times is it Dennis as well? He is so key. Look at this again. He does get tagged up there, but from this point on, no one barely him. Third didn't manage to land a single shot on the guy, so just got away with those two. And now 13-11, as you're just pointing out, the money's looking not great for Luminosity.
They have got the AWP on towards Fallen, obviously. And very capable of finding kills with that weapon, but the rest of his teammates not the same story, I'm afraid. P250s and Tech 9s. It's going to be coming down to this man on the screen right now, whether he can find anything, and gifted a shot potentially as JW gets him through the wall, of course.
Jumping
Brings it to a
across.
5-on-4.
Why wouldn't it be JW jumping across mid, landing the shot through the wall, and now at least, you know, they can recover that rifle, excuse me, the AWP, I guess, and put it into hands of Coldzera, but then again, it's not Fallen. It's not the guy you want necessarily with this in hand. But then again, maybe they could work something out with it.
Well, they have got 2 smoke grenades here, so that means they can smoke off towards city spawn, towards the coils, and the problem is they don't really have any flashbangs here, and they're being smoked out as well. It would be a very telegraph push into the B bomb side, but right now, that's kind of their only option. They'll smoke up and just go in with the Tech 9s and hope someone can find that entry kill and just set the AWP up, potentially with a plant down as well to kind of have those skeet shots on towards city spawn, but we'll see how this one goes down. Smoked out once again. That's going to delay them even further. They've committed all 4 players here as well. Good news is there's only 2 Fnatic players waiting for them. Something. A little bit of peace, I guess.
The thinnest of silver lining that you can cling to, but Fnatic aren't actually looking for information on A either. They're sat waiting pretty patiently, so they don't know that there's necessarily this many players here. Dennis is set with the flash for Crims. Crims can go off the back of it. He's going to just flash for himself. That second of a difference could have made the difference there, but actually no, it's Coldzera landing the shot towards Crims, but they've got to expect Dennis to be on the side, at least one other player, and only one comes out of it. Again, Coldzera. That's what I wanted to see with the AWP, but I did not expect it from his hand.
There it is, he gets the second shot as well. That's exactly what I'm talking about. They get in, they get that first shot, and now they're in a fantastic position with that AWP. It's actually 3 kills for Coldzera as well. JW and Flush on the retake now, going to push through the smoke, of course. It's Flusher to go first with the flashbang as well. JW finds 1, Flusher finds a second. Just Taka remaining now in towards Emo. He gets the first kill.
Go in.
Okay, Flusher manages to make it work, and oh,
Get in the AWP.
okay, right. I can see them like high-fiving each other. I guess it's like, what's going on here? But yeah, it's fine. He's just getting the AWP and working out what was going on.
I don't think he could find it either, actually.
Yeah, I think he was trying to look for it. He knows he's at the back of the site. So
Jesus Christ, these retakes are ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, that was actually an insane round from Luminosity to get to that position anyway. Coldzera coming up with, I think it was 3 in the end to get to that spot, then the plant. But then these retakes, those flashes through smoke, Flush's aggression is just relentless.
Everything was perfect.
Clemens Freeze. Franco Di Santo. Yera. Vậy là trọng tài đã tặng cho họ một quả đá phạt trực tiếp.
Luminosity then. They had the smoked off spawn, they had the AW bounce back, and it's going to be 13-12 here. White coming in from Luminosity, a distinct lack of Molotovs. Have 2 to work with and a few smokes as well, but not the strongest bite they can take this time. But the CTs are towards Boiler Room as well. It's a little boost over Renegade style towards middle, and it's going to be the shot of the Fallen that just about misses, but at least they get a little bit of intel there, and the reaction comes.
Wayne Rooney. David Silva. David Villa. Không thể tin được anh ấy đã bị bắt lỗi việt vị. Anh ấy đang rất giận dữ. Chỉ chậm hơn một chút nữa thôi là anh ta đã có một cơ hội rõ ràng.
Then JW just ready for it. Taco jumping at the apartments. They actually finds 2 kills there. Bomb drop towards quad. Flusher takes the...
And from that man himself, and now Flusher and Crims, the dastardly duo, have to do it again, and there's Flusher finding Taco out of nowhere. And bombing out of the corner, but Coldzera punishes Fnatic for it, as now Flusher falls, and finally, Luminosity get a grip of that rather dire.
Anh ấy đã đưa bóng vào được khung thành đội bạn.
Trọng tài đang nhìn đồng hồ, thời gian đã sắp hết, nhưng pha bóng cuối cùng vẫn được tiếp tục trong một vài giây cuối.
The throw. All day long, Luminosity's round.
I love how you're covering this because more than likely in about 1 minute and 17 seconds, it gets a little bit close normally.
Yeah, well, we'll see what they can do. Olaf Meister with that Max 7. It's going to be Fallen just patrolling towards the B area. They can probably leave him at that stage. At that, when you get towards that area, you can actually listen to the footsteps and rotations from the V-bomb site. So it's a very valuable position to have control of. But let's see what the CTs bring to the table here. You can see the smokes coming over. This could be the bait play from Luminosity once again. It's trying to see what nades Fnatic do have available. It's Fallen stays in that position right now, just listening out, trying to gain intel for any rotations.
Now the rifle is in the hands of JW. He's been the one towards quad at this point, or at least short. Keeping eyes towards it. So if they do run through this, he could be the one making contact here. Flusher going to put his molly down by a little bit of time. And they're starting to read this pretty darn well, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a really nice incendiary, just to hold them off a little bit as well. Just drag the
Henry.
clock down, and JW is ready. This is it.
This could be a disaster for Luminosity if they do not check this. They finally get the tag and JW gets found out, but where's the rest? Is Dennis trying to keep things together but has none of what he normally can bring. Now the 3 players for Fnatic are out of position. They can't quite get that instant contact they'd want. The bomb is going to go down. And Flusher suspects maybe there's someone close by, and of course he's going to land that shot towards one. They get the rifle back in hand. Fallen watching the cross, going to get challenged. He does find Crims, but there's a wild player loose, and it is Flusher. That's 2 already. There's still Olaf up and standing, but no kits. This is going to become harder, and I think they start to realize this might be the time to walk away. But Flusher still doing just Flusher things, walking in with a CZ. He won't get the round, but he's certainly going to make it costly. And Taco closes things down, and that meant the world to these guys. But the difference of 1 HP was left.
That's crazy. Like we thought it was going to be a nuts round, and it's so difficult for them. You can see LG just trying to do everything they can to guarantee themselves situations. Towards the top of middle, just trying to hard in every cubby hole and hoping, no, surely not this time. He's not going to check it this time. Flusher picks up that CZ kill, comes down to a 3-on-3. The bomb is down. It comes down to a 1-on-1 of 1 HP, and Luminosity have done it. They get themselves to 15-12, but not out of the woods just yet. It's a 4 spy coming in from Fnatic, of course. It's map point now for Luminosity, and they're setting themselves up for an amazing position here. They don't need to overcommit to these situations. Make sure it's a refrag, and they can't allow someone like Flusher to cause havoc here with the CZ.
Okay, they're down, but there's still only 1 minute 20 on the board here for Luminosity. They have enough to work with. They've got the mollies, but then again, the last round was defined by 1 HP. So, no matter the odds, Fnatic are a tough opponent, but if things keep going the way they are, it looks like Luminosity are on for this game. And they doesn't quite connect towards Olaf as maybe they'd have hoped there, and he's still
Vừa
pretty
rồi
darn
là một
close to
pha
this.
tranh bóng. Đá vào giờ nghỉ giữa trận đấu.
Vâng,
Một quyết định vô cùng quan trọng đến từ trọng tài vào khoảng thời gian giữa của trận đấu. Thẻ đỏ rồi. Đám đông đang rất hỗn loạn vì quyết định của trọng tài. Một thì hưởng ứng, còn một thì bác bỏ. Cá nhân tôi cho rằng trọng tài đã đưa ra quyết định đúng trong tình huống vừa xong. Sẽ có đá phạt, trọng tài đang chỉ tay vào vị trí đặt bóng. Anh ấy đã cắt bóng rất đúng lúc.
Santiago Castilla.
Và hậu vệ đã hoàn thành tốt
Player
nhiệm
as
vụ.
well, so they will be grouping up and going towards middle, it seems.
David Villa.
Surely this is it.
Such an air of caution with Luminosity. You can see how tentative and cautious time. 20 seconds now, this has to happen. Here comes FNX. He's going to be the one to make first contact, but actually the crossfire pays off. But Fur and Fallen starting to make things work, and they've taken the site. Now they need to get the bomb down. 10 seconds to plant. They've got all the time in the world. Crims, your last man alive. Not quite in the position to...
Chuyền bóng.
That's a performance there. Let's not get too excited though. This is the group
Group
stage,
stage.
right? Like it
Group
doesn't
stage.
really mean that much. It does secure themselves pretty much, I'd say, guarantee now. That's the thing. Like people always take them down in the group stages, right? And they always come back.
But Henry, you said NIP are going to do really well.
I did
so
not say that. This has been misquoted.
I'm just saying this is what I said on that side. I actually don't know how they're doing. We only saw them in one game. So, but yeah, let's come back to see good.
I
But
don't think you can be anything but. You can't say, oh, we're going to win this game, right?
but there was literally, it sounded like no confidence in that. And then the way these guys turned up is ridiculous. Now, Inferno coming under probably one of the toughest maps they ever played Fnatic on.
Yep.
What's
Santiago Castilla.
Liên tiếp là những pha bóng hỏng và trông cầu thủ này khá mệt mỏi.
Vâng, anh ấy nên thi đấu tích cực hơn. David Silva. Và đó là Rooney. Vâng, đang chuẩn bị tung ra một cú sút. Bóng đi thẳng đến vị trí thủ môn.
Schürrle.
Và đó sẽ là quả đá phạt trực tiếp của Bayern Munich. Vâng, họ nhập cuộc
so
một
instead
cách
of
nhanh
playing
chóng từ vị trí
Luminosity
đá
and Hicks,
phạt.
as you said, it's only the groups though.
Một pha
So
di
how
chuyển
much
kém để hỗ trợ
Later
cầu thủ
towards
kiểm
end of
soát bóng tốt.
2015, but they're just coming back to each tournament stronger and stronger.
Mirage, which
Yeah.
is another stronghold.
Yeah.
Then you know what map wouldn't you want to face Fnatic on under any instance? Oh, probably Inferno. Well, we'll beat them on
Key
that
difference
too.
is this time we didn't have any of those blunders. We said
Right.
to win those games, like we actually said it before we went in,
Yeah,
right?
the
To win the
win
game,
conditions, yep.
they need
Anh ta là người hóa giải mọi đợt tấn công. Thêm một pha cản phá mạnh mẽ nữa.
Iraola.
Đó là pha cắt bóng của Sebastian Brun.
Zlatko Junusovic.
make sure they're not losing these situations against the CZ, and they came.
Thank you so much for making our analysts look good, because they chose you to win this matchup. That was big.
Yeah, that was impressive. This match was Inferno again. We have a
Gary Cahill.
very many matches played against Fnatic and Inferno. We have won some, they won some as well. And this game was very similar to the game we made with them
vẫn đang dẫn trước.
in the semi-finals when last tournament we faced them. Very close for both sides, but this time we managed to. We also use a pulse to calm.
Gary Cahill. Iraola. Có thêm một phút bù giờ. Đường chuyền đã bị cản phá, không tốt chút nào.
Zlatko Junusovic.
Tuyệt đẹp, không nghi ngờ gì nữa, đã phạt rồi.
Đường chuyền đã bị cản phá vào đúng thời điểm rất quan trọng.
Và ngay giờ đây trọng tài đang ra hiệu kết thúc trận đấu.
Đó là một chiến thắng với thế trận áp đảo và không để cho đối phương có cơ hội ghi bàn.
Our boys, because what was struggling us in the past. Ourselves a little nervous. We made a mistake. We lost a piece. They were 5-4 for us.
That was a big win. How much does that mean in terms of this?
So right now we have to reset ourselves, and next game is.
Or is that you being humble? Because you were very humble before the Fnatic game. We talked about it. You talked about them being the best team in the world, and you went out there. I'm not saying you schooled them, but you.
One, it's really fair. You know, the teams are pretty much at the same level. So it's not about being humble or not. I think we're on the right path, and we need to stay with this mindset, and we need to secure our 3 wins if we want to pass in first in this group.
And let's just talk quickly about support, because it seems that anyone who plays Fnatic, supporters, if they're Fnatic fans, will support Fnatic. Neutrals, they seem to go behind every other team, because Fnatic, they win so much that everyone wants to see the underdogs. Did you feel, even though obviously you can't hear it because we're in a very quiet room outside the main arena right now, do you know that people are cheering for you back home?
Yeah, I imagine, because when I'm watching Fnatic play as well, every game is a lesson. They are very good. And I besides liking them very much, I like these guys. They are awesome persons, not only players. But in the end, we wanted to see someone streaking and killing Fnatic because it's pretty cool to see them losing because it's not often that they do it. So I can imagine people were cheering for us. I'd like to thank everybody who was cheering. I guess Brazilian community was cheering a lot, and we have fans over the world right now, so that's pretty awesome. Thanks, guys.
And if anyone is listening right now in Brazil or anyone who speaks Portuguese, what would you like to say to them? Vamos, caralho, bora! That's exactly what I thought. So we've had a win, and it's a win against Fnatic. Matthew, it's over to you.
So much, and this puts them in an excellent position to try and top out the group because they've now beat the two teams that we thought were in the close contention for that first spot. I have to say Fur as well. 2 straight maps, he's been absolutely ungodly, and 31 kills this time.
Definitely, he showed up. It seems like, again, for this tournament, him and Cold Zero switched roles. Since Cold got into the team, he took over that superstar role. But Fur was just absolutely crazy, especially in that first half.
Yeah, what an absolute god. I mean, that was scary, wasn't it? Fur god, exactly. Yeah, that was just a super impressive run. We were watching it backstage, and everyone was thinking, now is going to be the time, just like in Minsk, where Fnatic are going to pull out something ridiculous. And they did actually do it in a bunch of rounds. I mean, JW in Library, no scoping one guy, Dennis with a ridiculous triple kill at Archway. So many rounds where you think, this is it.
Flusha flashing in through the smoke.
Exactly, like you think now is it, now is where they turn it around, like they always do, but not this time. I mean, this is I think this is really the story of Luminosity. They never seem to show up and get beat the same way twice. There's always some sort of level of adaptation involved, and it's incredible.
This goes to show the leadership that Fallen does bring to the team. I thought as well, shout out to Taco just for playing so incredibly well over the first 2 maps as well, because he's the guy that everyone kind of been pointing to is like, oh, Taco bottom fragging again. It just goes to show he can contribute. One of the things that go ahead.
Shout out to Moses for thinking Fnatic would win, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. We didn't put them down. We should be doing predictions for everyone every game, even when they're not on the desk, because then I can wreck them at the end. But you guys are both correct in this one with the LG. I want to say as well, the one thing that we talked about as well at the start of this, Fnatic. Even if you're ahead, you've got the momentum, but they have these pistols out. They can win these crucial rounds, and it starts to break teams. 1 HP from Taco to save it against the Sea's Edge originally when the round started. They did pick up some rifles, obviously, by that point, but saving that, how big? I mean, they could have gone overtime if that went Fnatic's
I mean,
way.
eventually it has to come back to you, right? I mean, the way they lost the game in Minsk, they also had a couple of other close games too. It has to come back at some point. This was, you know, maybe a bit of luck on their side as well this time around. And Taco has had some huge rounds, especially the round on the T side when they were entering B. And I think three Fnatic players were waiting for them, actually. And he got the entry kill on Olaf, then Crims was smoked off, JW was towards CT spawn as well, so a really important kill getting them entry into the bomb site.
And we didn't see B as much. I mentioned that Molotov shot. We actually saw a lot more A play. You pointed out an interesting round on the defense, too, where LG put 3 players in apartments.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. That's so scary as well. And you almost see what the problem was, because once they try to get back into the A bomb site, if it wasn't for someone just deciding to jump into pit, they could have got, I think it kind of works if you stay there a little bit early, but then if nothing happens, you fall back. But they stayed there quite late in the round, so I don't know. That was, in my opinion, a big risk for LG, but they made it work that round.
Yeah, and sorry, just to clarify, that was for their CT side.
Yeah,
it made it sound like it was T side. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen 3 committed to that hallway.
I mean, another important round now on the T side, apps again, right? There was a round where I think just after they won a round, they went to apps, and the Fnatic guys did a boost over the smoke on mid. And as soon as they heard JW, you know, shoot with the AWP, I think Fallen maybe even saw it, they immediately reacted, pushing that. Because of that setup, there's probably not going to be anyone watching apps. Maybe the third player is towards long or whatever. So they managed to run out, to explode through apps, get the trades, and in the end win the round.
And we see it time and time again, too. When you do win pit on that T side, it's so hard for the retake to happen. It gives
they lost 1 round.
Yeah, for the most part, it just goes to show you how vital that position is. Don't forget, guys, you can head over to plays.tv, download the app extension. I want, at the end of the day, send me your favorite play. You can catch of the day on Plays TV. Maybe I'll give you some shadows or something along those lines. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. The next game on the stream is going to be coming up. It's Fnatic versus NIP, the battle of the Swedes, and NIP desperate for a win. We'll be back in just a bit.
If your PC is dated and tests your nerves more than your skills, is it time for a new one? Get the Intel Extreme Masters Limited Edition PC. With the same region, they come with a certificate and a unique holographic sticker. Play like the best.
Hãy tạt bóng vào trong ngay bây giờ. Vâng, một pha đánh đầu rất dũng cảm.
Thủ môn không gặp phải khó khăn gì.
Domenico Cristo phối hợp hoàn hảo. Liệu có chắc là ngay lúc này hay không? Quá khó cho hàng phòng ngự. Phải đánh trận bóng nguy hiểm cho một cấp điểm cuối cùng để hàng phòng ngự đẩy ra xa. Ba trận bóng rất đúng lúc. Vâng, anh ấy ở ngay đây rồi. Bóng đã trúng cột dọc. Hai phòng thủ thật sự cần phải nhanh hơn với những tình huống chớp nhoáng. Phối hợp hoàn hảo giữa hai cầu thủ. Ghi bàn. Anh ấy đưa bóng vào những thành của bạn. Một bàn cũng không được hơn. Anh ta đã biết chính xác những gì anh ấy cần làm. Đưa bóng vào lưới ở góc thấp. Vâng, và điều khiển bóng tốt khi ở trong phạm vi này. Anh ấy có hai khả năng xuất sắc: làm chủ bóng và ghi bàn. Bayern Munich mới là những người đã vượt lên dẫn trước.
Johannes Geis.
Chà, anh ta bỗng nhiên có mặt và giành được bóng, chơi rất tốt. Một pha ném biên vào.
Pha đối đầu đó như một màn thách thức lẫn nhau, nhưng người chiến thắng thì chỉ có một, và đó là hậu vệ.
Vâng, pha dứt điểm đưa bóng đi ra ngoài khung thành.
Đó là một cơ hội rất tốt rồi. Có lẽ chúng ta sẽ không thể tìm kiếm một cơ hội tốt hơn nữa.
Cầu thủ này đang cầm kiếm rời khỏi sân. Tôi nghĩ rằng anh ấy sẽ muốn quay trở lại.
Anh ấy vừa có một pha va chạm khá mạnh. Ném biên vào.
Anh ấy đã trở lại thi đấu và đây là một điều tuyệt vời. Tôi mừng thay cho anh ấy.
Vâng, đó là một cầu thủ rất có phẩm chất.
Thật may rằng chấn thương đó không quá trầm trọng. Anh ấy giờ đã có thể thi đấu.
Vâng, thật kỳ diệu.
Trông thì có vẻ như là một viên huy chương, nhưng từ vị trí này tôi nghĩ đây sẽ là một toàn viên thẳng của hàng không.
Họ không thể thoát được vị thế này. Một pha đánh biên khác được thực hiện. Hoàn toàn là
3 phút cuối cùng của trận đấu.
David Villa, Iraola, Yera. Một pha cản phá bằng một sống còn.
Welcome back, everyone. Time to switch gears a little bit. We've seen 3 teams repetitively on this stream. Now we bring over the other suites. It's NIP going up against Fnatic. Alongside me for this one, we've got the lovely Semler and the average Moses.
Honorary Swede here, present as well.
You're right. That's why we brought you in.
Sienna.
In theory, you should have the same amount of magic that they do. You are dressed like a magician.
I am. Bow tie today.
Yeah.
Just, thought I'd freshen it up a little bit, guys. Do my Pee Wee Herman impression. That's what everybody says I look like. So.
Wow.
Except I like to think that I'm like the mobster. Got the pump going. So I'm like, if Pee Wee was bad, that's what he would look like.
If Pee Wee was bad, what were you going to say, Moses?
Actually, it turned out he was actually a really horrible human being. So, but let's not go there.
A little bit of a cosplay tournament going on here.
Mm-hmm. So who are you cosplaying as, Moses?
I don't know. Name your standard
a bald eagle.
Yeah,
but
a bald eagle.
Let's get into
it. It's been everything.
We do have the Swedes coming over to the A stream. They've already played on the other stream once. They've played Mongols. They won that game successfully. However, NIP lost quite convincingly to Mouse Sports as well. It was 16-8. Before we get into it, let's get this out of the way. We got Freiburg for an interview. We'll listen to this, and then we'll dive into the chances of this new NIP.
That's what his opponents say all the time, too.
Since Olo left the team, we've brought in Pitts as our new 5th guy in the team, and I think he's been adjusting pretty well. The whole team had to adjust to the new playstyle, which means that we don't have a dedicated opera anymore. So I think we're moving back in kind of how we played before in 2012, 2013, when we didn't really have an opera, when we had Fiflarm back then. The last couple of weeks I've spent a lot of time going through strats and just preparing for this event, and I'm not really sure how we will be against the other teams. That's why I think it's going to be a good test for us. This is the first event with a new team, so we got to make sure everything works fine, and hopefully we'll be able to get a high placement here in Katowice. This is the 3rd time we're here. The previous 2 times we've always ended up 2nd place in both the majors, so something comes up that it's like the 3rd lucky charm that we'll just come here. I think we're a bit of underdogs right now for this event and just come and win the whole thing, but you never know. I think we still feel pretty confident that we can win this tournament, so it's fun here. It's always good competition for us here.
I think we feel confident that we can win this tournament. A big statement, especially the start that they did have. Guys, NIP, what's our thoughts on them so far in this tournament? And this new lineup in general.
I think that it's everything that we can expect out of NIP. Unfortunately, right now, it doesn't feel like they have that confidence. Where is the NIP that walks in and just basically, enforces their will on their opponents? That's the NIP that we need to see right now. It's been so long. It's been so long.
That's what I was going to say. It has been so long. That's how far they've kind of gone away. I don't think they believe in themselves like they used to anymore.
Well, I mean, you can just see it by that statement. I think we feel confident, which is not confidence-inspiring whatsoever. They've just been put in their place by, like, everyone they've played recently. And even though, like, leading up to this event, they've had some good matches in Pro League, I know. But coming out and you're having your first match against Mouse Sports, getting beat pretty badly as well.
I mean, like, HLTV rankings now, like, NIP have dropped out of the top 10.
Yeah,
this has got to be like the first time ever since the team's inception that they have dropped out of the top 10, let alone like the top 6. Like for the longest time, they were even there. They were still competitive, but to drop so low and to drop against a Mouse Sports, right? And even in a best-of-1 scenario, you should not be losing against Mouse Sports. That's the firepower that you have on NIP.
And you make a good point. Even last year when they were struggling, they were still making finals at the start of the year, semifinals a lot. But the problem is that they were losing so much, people were getting on their back, and they slumped more and more and more. We know the map. It's going to be Inferno.
Right.
Thoughts on that really quickly, because we are going to get into game.
That's a rough ban phase for NIP. I don't know what they're thinking. Fnatic, supremely confident. They've come out on record and said this is their best map. They just looked great, despite losing to LG.
Okay, so there's a couple things here. A, Fnatic are going to be really, really pissed off right now after that LG loss. I wouldn't want to be the team that's going to face them at this point because they just lost against LG on Inferno.
Yeah.
Fnatic are going to be warmed up on Inferno. NIP are going to be like, please don't do it to us. Don't. And Olaf is just, shut up.
Us alone.
Yeah, no, it's going to be brutally one-sided. And But there might be a saving grace here for NIP, and that is the fact that Threat is helping them with the tactical side. Teams that have been practicing against them leading up to this tournament have said that NIP have looked very good, that they've had a lot of, that they've changed up their pace, a lot more slow pace, trying to get that tactical game going. Yeah. So Inferno, tactical map, maybe there's like some kind of silver lining there for NIP that they might be able to make something work. But I really do think that Fnatic are just going to be, it's all ogre. They're just going to walk in and beast NIP.
It's all ogre. I like it. what are your thoughts as well? Just very quickly, because we have to get into the game, but what thoughts on Pith coming into this lineup, getting away from that AWP player with Alu and Michaelele?
Well, he had a very tough first match of the day. They got a little bit of a grace period against Mongols, who struggled a bit against them. So that was nice. But I don't think they've had enough time with Threat. I don't know if it's come down to Pit whatsoever. It all depends on how Threat's going to use him, and I don't think he's had enough time with the team to really help their chances in this matchup.
All right, predictions. We're going to get it straight into it. Fnatic. Henry G says NIP. Don't give him a chance to tell you otherwise. We're going to send it over. It is going to be the handsy combo one more time.
Thank you so much. And yeah, Henry, it's time to watch your favorite team, the boys you've been backing from the start.
This is exhausting being around you guys, I have to say. I do not think NIP is going to win this game.
Don't back out of it now.
I mean, okay, this is not even go there. Anyway, NIP versus Fnatic, the Swedish derby. The only thing is that's what makes this very interesting, right? Fnatic always have very close games against NIP, like historically. It's never a very clean-cut, like one-sided affair. We did see NIP open things up against Mousesports, looking pretty weak, I have to say, 68. And Pit, the new boy, only got 7 frags in the entire series. That's pretty disappointing considering like he's like the new star player who's been brought in, like being kind of nurtured by Threads, and they're trying to get him into this amazing role and trying to have the entry frags going in there as well.
Yeah, but I think everyone puts him into this category of being the superstar player, right? Which he previously was, but when you come into this lineup, I don't think he can fit that role anymore. I think he knows that. I think he's been probably playing more of a supportive role down the line. I don't know if he's been able to do that yet, because even speaking to him, he has varieties of roles, so hopefully he doesn't just get kind of pigeonholed into, well, you've got to be the superstar that you're meant to be.
I haven't actually seen an OP play Inferno online. We've seen a lot of Mirage, we've seen a lot of Train. Their Train looks very good. Mirage actually looking successful as well. If you remember, they actually played Mousesports online, and they actually beat them 2-0. And that was when I thought, okay, this is what I kind of coined the term, like, maybe the year of the ninja. They're looking strong.
This is when it started, the
it's
kindling of the romance.
Yeah, it's where it all began. And it looked like they kind of, like everyone's been saying, they've adjusted their gameplay, they've slowed the pace right down. They're kind of getting on board with the current meta instead of relying on just 5 people across the map and hoping someone makes a frag and then just going in together. And they're actually like bringing some actual tactical strategies as well, like some intricate sort of ideas to their bomb sites takes as well. So Inferno will be very interesting. Like, it's a map where NIP used to be very good on it. Obviously, Freiburg, King of Banana, that was many moons ago, but that's definitely not a thing anymore. But we'll see what they can bring to the table. We're interested to see how they approach the AWP situation. We saw in the video, it's been Forrest has been kind of at the helm of that weapon so far, but maybe on Inferno, maybe they're mixing things up a little bit and kind of seeing who's confident.
And I'm really excited to see Exist as well. Now the pressure's been taken away, because I know Threat is in-game leading for them. So I was having a quick conversation with Get Right prior to actually flying over here, and I was asking him who's actually in-game leading. And you guys, like, because I was kind of curious if they've actually given him that role, because I know initially in the Pro League he'd only had maybe a couple of hours because he only just flew over. But he is full-time in-game calling for them as well. So this is going to be a curious one. We are live into this. NIP are going to be on the CT side, Fnatic on the T side. And Henry, as this is your boys, I'm going to take it.
Forrest getting aggressive. He's joined by Exist as well. It's 5 players for Fnatic towards middle. It's a full-on rush here. 5 sets of armor as well. Frags coming in straight away. Forrest opens things up, but it's going to be Exist chiming in from Arch as well. It's going to be a 3-on-4 actually. And Flusher trying to retrieve this kill towards the outside, but denied so far. And the bomb actually goes towards the top of the middle right now. Fnatic just trying to work frags here. And you mentioned it. Exist stepping up massively. Gets his 3rd kill of the round as well. Looking like Freiburg wants to finish things off quickly. He gets taken down. And now it's just JW. But what a round by Exist there. Very calm, very controlled, and gets 3 lovely headshots as well.
Always great to see Exist being able to put a smile on your face, Henry, because I know you support these guys from the absolute bottom of your heart. And seeing Exist being already step up to the forefront is going to be a great sort of canter into this round. But already, let's kind of take stock of this. The one thing is that everyone kind of noted once Threat came on board was the mentality, the kind of composure their T sides mainly constructed up. So I'm hoping we get to see maybe a little bit of that reflected into the CT side, as they already seem to have these sort of plans in mind with that play down to the second bit, follow up the flank.
It's almost a mirror situation what we saw against Luminosity, right? Fnatic lost the pistol, didn't get the bomb down. Same things happened here, but they came back and won this round pretty convincingly. It was Olofmeister had opened things up with a Deagle last time, opted for the Tech 9, and not going to find that first kill, but does do decent damage towards Exist now. It's 3 players towards top of the middle, with the bomb as well, make it 4. As well, just trying to get some damage and baiting. Get Right, playing towards the cubby.
Toying with them. Get Right needs to be that king of spray right now. He did miss actually a good couple of shots there, and they are getting pretty low on this. Get Right's on 6 HP. They do get the kills, but that does start looking a little bit dangerous when the fallback plan was an SMG in the hands of Forrest. It'll probably go pretty well in the end, but still.
At least frags were exchanged this time, right? It wasn't just a clean cut Olofmeister headshot coming in. They found the man advantage. Get Right, of course, has gone down to 6 HP, but they have control of the situation. Forrest is rotated in with that MP9. Looking to retrieve next kill here. Gets the M4 as well. And you can see there are all grenades here. Fnatic just trying to find that next pick.
He's only got just over, I think, 20 bullets, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see the full clip that he had there, but he's down to 17, so he's, you know, not necessarily a one and done, but he can certainly do some damage here. Not going to get the chance to. Crims will get there first, and then suddenly we've got a little bit of room to breathe. But GetRight is still alive here, just, may I add. But he is alive, and he does at least be able to get to see the information.
But he's the last player on A. He needs to find at least one frag here, Lauren. If he goes down without anything being returned, then it's a very difficult situation. He has been spotted as well, doesn't find that first frag, but somehow does take that flusher as well. I have no idea how he didn't get punished for that, but he's going to be delaying them as long as possible. 15 seconds remain. Crims finds Pit though, and it comes down to a 2-on-2. Not out of the woods just yet.
How did Pit allow him to do that? Finally, Freiburg at least keeps it to check, but now it suddenly gets a bit dangerous. And 6 and 7 HP close out that round, and my god, that was deadly. They're going to recover the rifles. I can imagine Freiburg's going to head back around, but GetRight, perfect composure, not losing it at all in Pit, even though he was so low. 6 HP, and he stays on that marker from the first exchanges towards CT Arch after being baited in there from, I think it was Exist, kind of working together in unison. So just about.
Both players on like 5 HP between them, so they managed to survive it, but it definitely was not comfortable. Like I said, GetRight alone in that Pit, 6 HP by himself. I thought he was dead to right. I thought he was done for. As soon as he didn't find that initial kill, I thought, okay, he's definitely going to get taken out for the palm. He somehow gets a kill on the flusher, and they managed to avoid the second round loss there.
And Pit almost letting a very big, I guess, beginning for Fnatic to build into that one. He needs to be very cautious in this. For such a, not necessarily a young player, but a young player in this sort of position, for him needs to be keeping that composure, and Olof is chomping at the bit to get into this. He's dying to find that pick, but going to be held back for now. Those Deagles, certainly deadly, especially on this map with so many corners and angles that you can utilize them with. And again, NIP going through the full rigmarole of every piece of utility, having to be committed here. Fnatic yet to really make any presence.
They have got 5 Desert Eagles here. Flush has gone down to 14 HP, but nothing really employed so far in terms of tactics. Just going to be working their towards Banana. Smoked out for now. JW trying to snap out any CTs here. There's going to be 2 waiting for them. It's going to be Pit and Freiburg. A lot of damage on towards Flusher. They're just waiting for that smoke to dissipate, and then hopefully find a 1D. It's going to be Pit that finds the first kill though. He brings it into the 5 and 4. Just buys him a little more time. No pressure applied so far.
Keeping composed. Still, as you said, with the molly there, the flashes. Olof tries to make the play, but GetRight has none of it. So down to 3 now. Fnatic are slowly running out of options and time by this point. And still, a good couple of mollies Freiburg has one, and Pit has one. So they can buy all the time in the world, and if they have to commit here, they have to run through at least maybe some of this.
They're going to be going back towards mid, it seems. Just keeping one player towards the top. He's going to be joining them as well. So 25 seconds remain, but GetRight in a perfect position. Change it up from Arch, and he should be able to find the first kill here. Gets the bomb down as well. Should be the second. There it is. Just going to be Dennis remaining now. Not really many options, but somehow finds that kill onto Forest. That's about all they get for this round, though. It's actually a 4-man for GetRight there. So that's it. 3-0. NIP have arrived on the server. Fantastic start, the dream start, I would say, considering the matchup we have right now. We'll see what kind of buy Fnatic brings to take. JW with $4,800 considering the AWP just from that money dissipating so quickly. I'd assume he has got it. Yeah, so glass cannon here for JW. And no AWP for NIP. I think that's probably going to be a common trend on the CT side. I don't see them bringing it out unless they feel like they have to.
Already have all the players. You want to start with a very good beginning. Certainly a nice one to have it on GetRight already. Almost into the double digits here, so big beginning for him. Hopefully he can find some confidence at the back. And actually, Pit getting a little bit more aggressive in position. He needs to be cautious here. If he wants to back out of here, they'll certainly have to commit some of that utility as he is just by those sandbags. Maybe needs to be a bit careful here. Fnatic certainly put a lot of weight on taking that control towards Banana, but not going to be able to get it just yet. The smoke's going to keep them fended off, and 3 players on the B site at the moment for NIP, so they looking a little worse for wear. But then again, if it's going to be the likes of GetRight holding it, he's been doing perfectly well thus far.
Once again, sort of time and time again against Luminosity, getting control of the apartments here. Just scouting it out and seeing whether any CTs will be facing. This time, not going to have any options here. Just going to be getting towards Boiler Room. You can see how much passive setup this is from NIP. They've actually got 3 players towards B right now. Seeing if they can find that kill, flashing over, smoking at the top. And it's Olof. This is dangerous. Once he gets this kind of control, this is where Fnatic are at their best.
Who can keep it in check from NIP? You've got Exist, kind of down by the library at the moment. He was around the back of CT Arch. He was the player at B. Now come back over. The team flash and Fnatic do manage to get him at least at bay for now, but he's going to have his way with at least 2 of Fnatic. Gets shut down by Olof, and he's the one you pointed out here, and he might be the one to have to keep this one together, because finally GetRight comes out from sight, but it's Flusher to push through. Now 1 man left towards this is Forest. He's not quite had the perfect angle towards Crimson, and the bomb's actually going to go down. So Flusher making the most of a bad situation. And now 1v3, he shouldn't be allowed a chance into this one. But then again, it's Flusher. And we've seen weirder things from this man. And if they line up for him, he can get deadly. And there we go, there's two. He doesn't get the swing out on the third. And Forest just about clutching at straws, keeping that one together. Get that important gun round the ball. But how close can one round get?
It's always so scary when Flusher finds this kind of opportune moments. The crouch spray comes in so perfectly controlled as well. Forest, pretty much easy kill towards the end, but how uncomfortable was that towards the nip? Like the 3-on-1 situation going down to the 1-on-1. And there's Forest as the hero there. It's actually Exist who played a perfect game from Library. Like, he didn't really have much to work with. And I was about to say, it's Exist normally on this map that brings out the auto sniper. This is like one of the few maps that do it. Go towards the top of middle and spam through the smoke. And it's actually a really cool time to do it. You can see there's 5 AKs out for Fnatic using that lost bonus. And they probably will go for a cheeky face. They won't be expecting a sniper rifle when it's Exist. Unable to capitalize, gets punished for it as well. JW just rips his head off. They're staying a little bit too long there. And that auto sniper, it's a little bit silly now as it is a 5-on-4 in favor of Fnatic.
A fine line between confidence and a little bit of an overstay, and now Forest is going to be the one to try and slow this down. And actually, good control coming in from the balcony. Stunning little follow-up shot there. And Forest about to close down on Crims. Doesn't quite have the angle. And now it's Get Right in position on the side. He's got support. A little late, maybe, from Library, and JW's waiting so patiently. Pitt, you better check this. If JW has the lineup, he's going to take it. But actually, Pitt recovers well, and Get Right closes it down. Again, Fnatic stepping in and getting shut down. Let's take stock of what we've seen so far, because it's very easy to kind of see how close these rounds are and forget that actually, NIP are up 5 rounds so far.
Absolutely. Maximum loss bonus for Fnatic, but didn't get the bomb down either, so they're going to have $3,400, but it's not really enough to buy with. You can probably get Galils, or you can have no head armor on the AKs. It's not really worth investing into this. You can do like a partial buy, right? So you can do Tech 9's head armor, which is what Fnatic will be bringing to the table. So flashbangs, smoke grenade on towards Flusher. They have got head armor to work with, so this is another big round from Nip. They can get the 6-0 here. They're in a great position. They have got the auto sniper onto Pip this time, so moving it around the map. Probably going towards Banana this time. It's actually going to work out perfectly. He's got the back towards Eme, gets the first 2 of headshots as well, gets the third. It's looking really strong here for Pip, but he does get taken down in the end by Dennis.
Stunning stuff from him. That's a nice way for a young man to get himself confident in this game, even if it's just against pistols. You know what Fnatic can be like, and they've had minimal chance of getting anything done after that one. Now Dennis doing what he can, and he is deadly as you like, but so far 2 to his name. God forbid it be any more. They finally keep things in check, and that is 6-0, Henry. This is not bad for NIP. This must be a beautiful sight for you.
Why? Am I like the official mascot now for NIP?
Oh, the things you've been saying earlier, yeah.
Yeah, apparently. The alleged things I said. But
it's nice of you to change out the NIP t-shirt at least.
Yeah, right. But there we go. Obviously up against Tech 9s, but the thing is up against Fnatic, that's actually really crucial for them not to drop a single player there and actually just make sure they're looking strong and they're shutting down these bomb sites, using that auto sniper effectively as well. I think one player has dropped out. Forest is gone. He's had a great game so far as well. He's existed got taken down towards the top middle. Forest rectifies it, finds 2 kills from the apartments, does damage to the third as well. So everyone seems like they're stepping up across the board here. Get Right on 12 kills, 1 death. So it's looking really positive so far.
And even though this is groups, and I will always say this is groups at this point, because you can never put Fnatic out of this. How terrifying is it going to be if they actually come out of the groups, at least in the initial stages, being 0-2 down on a map like this? Because you don't often see it. You're going to see the reset coming through for these guys, so that will hopefully be put back to the same marker.
For NIP, losing against Mouse Sports, that's pretty massive for them. Actually, now Mouse Sports, what, up 2-0? They've beaten Mongols, they've beaten NIP, so this is actually kind of an important game for NIP going forward. Like Mouse Sports are in great contention going forward to get that 3rd spot. So if NIP can sneak in a win here, that throws a complete spanner in the works and kind of jumbles everything up again.
I'm desperately trying to read into a nice start for NIP, because I've done this before. I've been hurt in the past, Henry. I can't do it again. NIP, just toy with your heart. I'm sure you know what that's like. And
I do indeed.
I know. JW at least on the ult this time. We are going to see the auto sniper, so we'll get so. Exist bowing out of that one, maybe learning his lesson after the real issue, let's say, he had with the...
Like I said, he always faces towards that mid area. This time, he only can do a little bit. When you land the first 2 shots, that's probably when you want to be getting out of there, and he gets punished for it. But Pit now, taking a lot of nade damage there towards the top of Banana. We've got full control here. Actually, leaving the bomb towards T-spawn for now. You can see the NIP setup coming in. They've got 3 players towards the quad side of the map as well. So, kind of banking on that. Obviously, we saw Fnatic go quad side a lot against Luminosity, actually. That's where they were getting most of their rounds from there. So, this is not a bad call at all. Flusher trying to bait out any CT grenades here to show their hand towards that area, see if they can bleed the CTs out slightly.
He was integral to a couple of the T rounds, especially Fnatic against Luminosity from this sort of spot. He was able to make a good couple of plays, but it's going to be hard to trade out effectively.
Sure.
At least if they could do go towards squad, and JW waiting for the jump on this one. Still does have the AWP.
Thủ môn đã cứu bóng thành công.
It seems like the clock will run pretty low here for Fnatic. And it's going to be Exist, Get Right, Forest in the back line's waiting for this. But yep, Fnatic not pushing instantly off the back of this, taking their time. Smoke goes down. Garrett's going to hold, but Exist does need to fall away from this now.
Rất tốt. Hàng hậu vệ đã lấy lại được bóng.
Towards the apartment as well, with the rest of his team wrapping around towards Arch. It's going to be Crims taking down Get Right. And now Exist needs to step up, gets the first frag, goes to the reflex as well, gets a double. But it is rectified straight away. 3-on-2 now in favour of Fnatic.
And A is all theirs. As soon as Exist and Forest fell, it's gifted to them on a plate. They made an admirable stand, but still, it doesn't matter. Bomb is going to go down. Crims going to go for the plant that may be supporting one of the players here they can make the play from. Now Freiburg and Pit have to weigh up their options.
This is the thing, they need to work out whether this is actually viable for them right now. They do a decent amount of damage to JW, but not going to be facing you this soon from this point. Pit coming in with the auto sniper as well. Same area, just hoping they can find a pick here, but so much discipline coming from Fnatic here, not giving anything away, and it's looking like they will be bowing out of this round. Pick up the AWP as well. This could be an interesting next round, Lauren. They've had 2 sniper rifles going into an Inferno. That's a pretty unorthodox setup. We can see how difficult it can be to retake the bomb sites when you do have a sniper, but bringing 2 of them to the table means you have to, I would say, have to be quite aggressive at the start of the game. You need to be going for that first pick and trying to make it work for you.
I'm curious to see how that now affects the change-up, because if it is, assuming it's Forest picking up, he's been playing very passive by kind of Pit all the way back. He's going to have to kind of maybe make a switch up on this side.
So what I mean by that is, obviously, you can't allow a team to do a full execution. If they get towards the feed control and they just do a full wall of smoke and get a bomb down, for example, it's like a 3-on-3. If you're trying to retake with like 2 sniper rifles, that's such a difficult situation, right? That's why double AWP set up on Inferno, it's very unorthodox. We'll see, well, I should say single AWP and an auto sniper here. But let's see what they can do with it. There's going to be a pretty decent bar after saving those weapons, but Fnatic finally arrive here. It's 6-1. This would be the end of their loss bonus as well. They lose this round as well, so
thủ môn đã lao ra và đã ôm được bóng rồi. Anh ta đã có cơ hội và tận dụng nó thành công để có bóng.
Elevated angle, maybe hoping that if he does get beat upon, he'll only get the leg shot. Okay, so Forrest going to take, again, quite a passive approach almost to this angle, but holding it nevertheless. And it has been a bit of a problem. The amount of control Fnatic have been getting towards the apartments, maybe going to be trying to get themselves at least into this one. But then again, you know, it's going to be difficult if they do go for these late in the game or late in the round kind of hits.
Bastian Schweinsteiger chặn được bóng.
Robert Lewandowski.
They have got bedroom control once again. This is where things get interesting. I think Forest holding a more exposed angle now. You can hear the footstep potentially. Smoke's coming now towards the top of middle. They're trying to push the CTs back as much as they can, but Forest still going to be deadly in this position. You can hit towards quad and actually face to get a kill. This could be everything. 4 players committed towards mid. This is this who's been stepping up massively in this area. Up against once again.
It does allow Get Right and Exist to focus on this rather than having to commit towards CT Arch, quad. So now they can at least try and keep this one to hand, but it's not the case. They get minimal connections through the smoke. Dennis is already starting to break through. He hits a stunner on Exist just on the run, and now they're instantly open towards B. It's down to Pit and Freiburg to keep this one as close as they can. Maybe slow them down 30 seconds. Pit's going to take the peak. That's pretty dangerous here. He's going to get the information, but suddenly he's the threat, he's the target. And now JW does go down. Freiburg still laying in wait. Pit can't make any more of this though. And suddenly here's Fnatic. They're on the side, they're in control, and the rest of NIP are so far away.
Yeah, this is the problem now. Like I said, you've got that AWP and an M4, and it's still 4 players remaining for Fnatic. As soon as that frag went down in CT spawn, his Exist dropped, right? It was, like I said, a fantastic shot from Dennis there to open things up. The auto sniper had to do more work there. He adjusted a little bit too late. As soon as that call comes in, I'm going towards the back of Fountain at that stage. I'm waiting for them to cross over. It seems like there was a bit of hesitation as to how they should adjust, right? It was actually the point they already got crossed towards Truck. He finds one, but then he's got pressure coming from Banana as well. I feel like they needed to adjust the setup as soon as that first kill came in. Then he would have had a real nice chance. That's the perfect weapon for them running around the corner to find maybe 2 or 3 kills there, but he finds one, gets taken down, and at that point it was a little bit too late, but it was a nice idea. It was just poorly executed from Pit, unfortunately, but there we go, Fnatic going through Arch as usual. It's actually 4 players through that CT spawn area, and Flash are coming through, causing chaos as soon as they get their attention spotted as well towards the spawn area. 2 in a row now, and I think that probably has broken the money, but they did save 2 weapons here. So Forest on the AWP, Get Right with the M4A4, but you can't really justify force buy into this one. I think that way kind of being a little bit more conservative here yet. So P2000 and a 5-7 on Freiburg. All going to come down to your man on the screen right now. Can he find this initial pick?
Would he dare go for this? Surely not, no. He's going to take a little bit of a later peek towards this. Bear in mind, JW is at the bottom of mid, so you can just about see him there holding the sort of angle that Forrest would have to commit to if he wanted that shot. But while this happens, the rest of Fnatic building themselves up throughout the rest of the map. No overcommitment anywhere. A slow build again, and it seems rinse and repeat. This time, though, actually, Get Right takes the control in apartments. That's something that's not happened so far, and actually finding Olaf might be actually a bit of a thorn in the side here.
This is the thing, Olof's like, we've seen him time and time again, gets control of that area, that's the beginning of their default, right? He gets to that area, gets towards Boiler Room, and then they can start gaining that mid-control. But it's Get Right. He's the player of the M4, knows he had to shut someone down. He takes down one of the biggest scalps on the server. And that's what I'm talking about now, looking like a banana XQ coming in. They're going to have 3 players towards her, make it 4 with the bomb as well. So NIP with no grenades here, no kits, and just 2 weapons. This could be devastating for them.
Really good. If maybe Pitt or Freiburg can do something, that'd be perfect. And actually, Pitt does do just that. Good stuff on him. Not going to be able to find much more, though. That's about all you can ask from a player with just a P250 in that instance. Now Exist, probably another lamb to the slaughter. Crims will happily chop that one up, and now it's down to Forest and Get Right again. And its options are plenty. Do they try and keep his hand? Do they commit? Do they try and make more of this one? There are only 3 players standing.
They need to find a kill in the next 5 seconds or so. No kits. And so far, no one giving anything away, but Forrest does. He gets taken down. It's Crims who gets the double to finish things off. And it looked promising with Get Right getting that opening kill. But like I said, as soon as they came over towards the B side, the full execution comes in. Pip did what he could with the P250 on the boost on the bomb side, but just wasn't enough. Had he found like a double kill and managed to stay alive, that was potential, right? But unfortunately, like you said, the P250 is quite limited in its versatility in those kind of situations. Exist stuck behind the smoke by Coils, just gets taken down by the jump as well. So it's 3 in a row now for Fnatic, but look at the buy for Ninjas in Pyjamas this time. We've got a P90, a Famous, 1 kit, and we have got 4 smokes, but I feel like it's still a very difficult round for Piers. He's now committed towards the sandbags area. Has got the smoke to kind of delay Fnatic for now, but probably wants to reconsider his options here, considering he hasn't got a teammate with him.
I'm wondering if they do get that full buy next time around, they'll try and challenge out. And actually, did Flusher just get team damage from that? I don't know if that was Freiburg, I don't think it was, or Pitt, I'm not too sure. But then again, whatever it was, he's down to 20 HP now, so maybe a little bit more softened up. But this Molly's going to once again cut off Pitt, but he does make it back out alive, just about maybe getting a little bit roasted at the toes. But so far, it seems like Fnatic are once again turning their attention towards A, and to be honest, since they've started to pick up a couple of rounds, it's been relatively successful, especially through CT Arch. It's time for us being, Exist being more active in it, and those Mollies are going to hold them back a second.
Sure. Quite a lot of damage inflicted to Flush. He's still on 20 HP, but looking like they're going to be slowly making their way back towards mid again. It's Get Right with the P90 on the site. Good weapon at close range proximity. If you can keep the battles on the bomb site, you actually could do something with that. But it's Forest. It's going to come down to this man on your screen right now. Actually making their way towards Arch. Maybe Exist could be challenged again.
First time we've had Pitt come over this early as well. They're reading the play, but Dennis, again, he has been so big in these rounds. Pitt tries to do everything possible. He picks up 2. That's pretty decent play from him. Now Get Right can upgrade to this, and they've got the bomb towards him. NIP know that, but can they find any more? Flusher has taken down 1, and now Forrest has to be pivotal in this. He knows he's being pinned. He knows he's being worked out against. He knows roughly where Flusher is as well. But can he find any more? No. JW pins him to the floor, and suddenly it's Freiburg who has to be the one. And again, it's not looking good.
Well, that's the thing. He hasn't got a kit. He has got an incendiary to play with, and both players are relatively low, especially Flusher. What he can hit, that's the opportunity. How did he hit that shot? Maybe he could have done something with this, but unfortunately now it's going to be a very difficult procedure indeed. You can see Flusher doesn't really want to face this yet, but that's the incendiary coming in. That's actually going to do some impressive work, but JW, of course, just goes to the shot straight up, doesn't run into cover, and takes him down. He does burn and get punished for it, but you can see that's 4 rounds in a row for Fnatic now, and NIP getting $2,900 into the bank. Don't really have much to work with on. They're going to have to go for another eco here, and that's 6-0 start, starting to kind of disappear now, slowly but surely.
Don't worry, Henry, they'll be okay.
Yeah? Promise?
I'm not promising anything, but we'll see.
Well, now we can see Olof now. They're reading the situation and the money perfectly. He gets the Mac 10 out, means he can be that recon player. Going into situations first and looking out for the stacks. If he dies, it's not a huge deal. Obviously, the Mac 10 not too efficient against head-armed players, but we'll see what they can do with this one. No real stack coming in from NIP. Just going to be playing pretty much default setup. 1 player towards Boiler Room, and 2 towards B with the Eagle. Freiburg trying to make something happen here, but it will be Molotov out of position.
He's getting away unscathed, I guess, is a small blessing. And Olaf kind of reading into the fact that last time around the NIP had limited amounts to work with. Get Right pushed for the kill on towards him. And again, Olaf's just going to take his time, maybe take a different approach, try and find a new way to utilize that Mac 10 and find whomever may stand in his path. But so far, he's just going to pull up as well. He's going to be towards, well, just playing on the corner, trying to use these CZs and whatever they have in the best capacity. But again, Fnatic just wandering in, looking towards CT Arch. Now, Olaf is the one holding the back lines here. Now, if anyone walks towards quad, there is a nice little crossfire setup, but absolutely no one is.
This is how methodical they're being right now, smoking off the arch, smoking off library, making sure they clear every single angle out here. It's making sure Dennis has been so great at his opening frags as well. Once again, takes down Forest, bomb sites open, the CTs don't really have any control of the situation, and JW is clearing up any rotations as well exist. He started off really strong towards that arch area, now he's actually been one of the players that's falling first pretty consistently. JW gets his second, and now just Pitts and Freiburg remain 5 on 2, but not really much to work with, you have to say, and it's going to be another easy kill there for Olofmeister. And now Freiburg does hit a lovely shot there with the legal onto JW, and it won't be saving us all, that's for sure. And he does get taken down as well. But 5 rounds in a row for Fnatic, maximum loss bonus for NIP now. So definitely a decent buy coming in. And will they be bringing out a sniper, do we think? Exist. Could get the auto sniper again if he wanted to. Thinking about it, but we'll be sticking to 5 rifles here.
Didn't go so well before, so time to readjust, go back to what I was working on the full buys. To be fair, since Exist has actually not been able to stop them so much in CTR, it's not his fault. I think that's, obviously putting a little bit too much on him, but, since they've been able to abuse that a little more, they have been losing out these rounds, so maybe they're going to try to get back to what was working previously.
So far, their rotations haven't been fantastic, I feel like. It feels like...
Once Pitt was there on time.
Yeah, right, and it's just like, it always exists up against like 2 or 3 players as they're coming round. They're not really reading the situation, not gathering enough intel towards Banana. It's always 2 players there. The bomb's going down before these guys are even rotating in, and have them rotate through smoke and stuff, but let's see if they can adjust that now. As 5 rounds in a row for Fnatic, it was a 6-0 deficit to kick things off.
You look at the difference. Okay, so Luminosity had a defensive posture at least on A. They played that on the CT side, but they're always pushing for that information throughout B, going down Banana, trying to find out or getting some control in apps.
They were happy to leave 1 player there, and he was even pushing down Banana, right? He was coming in for the pincer. Instead of rotating through spawn and being locked out, he's making things a little bit more creative, giving them more options there. It's definitely high risk, but sometimes when you lose the first man, you need to be taking those risks and trying to get intel there. But JW just shoots Kriv in the stomach there, so it doesn't do too much damage, but here we go, and once again, looking for that mid control. You can see NIP. Now they only have 1 smoke and some flashbangs remaining. Olaf got to the end of apartments as well. He's looking for that first pick. And they're actually going back towards B as well. And this is where the rotations have actually come in for once, but this time he's just going to leave 1 player towards B. I think it's Freiburg, so he's there by himself. And what kind of utility he's got? He's an incendiary, so if they give himself away, hopefully he can hold them off and do some decent damage here. But here's the split once again.
Oh, Jesus, JW just goes for it. Pitt's going to know that maybe this is the pincer coming in. He needs to get back to B suddenly. And you can see just Olaf right at his heels. Not quite quick enough Exist on the trigger there now. And Freiburg has to slow them down, has to play time and whiffs everything. There was 15 seconds to hold. And he just does nothing in regards to that. Now, sure, actually Fnatic are pretty low, but they've got the bomb down and once again set up well on the site.
It's pretty poor positioning there from Freiburg, I'm afraid. You need to be finding at least 1 in that kind of position.